Welcome back to the ominous looking skies and fields of Perthshire in bonny Scotland. Well, that looks slightly apocalyptic, I would say. It's supposed to be dry today, but I'm not convinced. Anyway, I am back out on the fields of Perthshire. Getting used to not being out with the Hoover boys, but it was a pleasure to have them. So just me today. I'm out in the old XP DEUS 2. There's a couple of fields I want to try. I'm going to start with this one. Immediately behind me there is an enclosure, an aerial crop mark of an enclosure. Now, they don't know anything about it. It could be a farmhouse that was here 200 years ago. It could be something that was here 4,000 years ago. We've no idea. I should add it's also not a scheduled monument, so it's not protected. Therefore, with permission, which I have from the landowner, I can metal detect it. Now, the field I really want to get into is up on the top of the hill. There's another field, you can just see the top of it there. And within that field, I've never detected it before. And within that field, there are crop marks which are from the Iron Age, about 2,000 to 2,500 years ago. So that's the period that also includes the Romans, although the Romans didn't really stick around long in Scotland. So that's what I'm desperate to get up to. Never been detected before, and as ever, if you like the channel and you're not already subscribed, then please hit the button and help to support my channel. Right, let's go and see if we can find some treasures. We got a digger. Now, it's not the greatest, but worth investigation. Oh, it's a stone. But as you know, I always do a live dig on the first hole, whether it's junk, which it is, or whether it's something amazing, which it isn't. But we got a tin can, and to be honest, I thought that's probably what it was. Right, things can only get better. What a nightmare this one is. It's there's iron in the hole as well, but I've just unearthed something there, which is kind of round, kind of brown. I don't think it's anything massively old, but I'll extract it and get back to you. It was a 1991 with a bit of iron, and I wonder if it could be part of a pocket watch. Maybe. Maybe. Still got my broken spike. Compliments of Sean. It could be a case, or it could just be some sort of cap for like shoe polish or something. Nope, it's got a hinge there. So I think it is a pocket watch case. I think it's the back of a pocket watch. I think it's just a plain one, brass. Probably originally, looking at the colour, or copper cupra-nickel sort of combination. Going by the brown. What is, oh, it's got writing on it. What does that say? Rachel powder something. So it's a compact. It's not a pocket watch. It's a compact for probably powder for a lady or a man. But yeah, I would guess probably sometime around the late 19th into the early to middle 20th century. But if you recognise it or can read it, then let me know in the comments below. At last, we've got something. Well, something that isn't aluminium. It's green. So that is a start. I thought it could have been a coin. Oh, no. No, it's not a coin. It is a piece off of braces, I think. Men's braces. You know, the old-fashioned straps that used to go over your shoulders. Had a few of these. Sometimes they're military, sometimes they're just everyday. But the other part's missing. You can see the teeth where it would bite into the straps. So, probably 20th, early 21st century. But at least it's not aluminium. It is the most promising signal that I've probably had in 4 hours. 88 to 91 definitely could be a bottle top as well, but I'm filming it just in case it's out. A lot of junk in these fields, but you've got to work your way through it. Oh, there it is, and it's a plate of metal. It's with stainless steel. Oh my goodness, more junk. It has to be good. Solid 84, 85. Halfpenny all day long. We're out. We're out. Junk, junk, junk and more junk. Come on. Oh, it's round. Oh, I don't believe it. It's a flywheel or something. Oh my. My. As we say in Scotland, Jings Crivens help my bob. That is something. Yeah, I think it's a flywheel, or it's a bit of furniture, something. I think it's a flywheel. Oh, what could have been? Oh well. I am not saying a word. Stubble is very long in this field. We got an 88 and reasonable easy digging. Still down there. Come on. We're out. Second spade full. And I don't see any big lumps of aluminium yet. Oh, it's green. And it's round. And we've got a coin, everyone. Yes. Yes. Yes, you see. Metal detecting is all about perseverance. The sun is pretty low in the sky. Oh, and it's a nice one. Oh, George V. Never been so happy to see you. First coin I've ever had off this field. In shock horror. It's you know who. George V. What have we got? 1936 he died. I'm going to say 1920s. Oh, it's a nice one. 1929. Well, there's no need for a fade in over the top of that, is there? That's a beautiful coin. 1929, that's the year of the Wall Street crash. Which actually I think was either October or November of 1929. It was certainly towards the end of the year, so it could actually be it was in October. So the anniversary may just be about to be upon us. Some say that the Wall Street crash partly led to the Second World War, because well, the Wall Street crash had a massive impact on countries all around the world, but especially Germany, because Germany had lots of loans from the United States after the Great War, the First World War, and many of them were called in, and it caused rampant inflation. And it led to someone, a young, charismatic young man by the name of Adolf Hitler, rising in power through the late 1920s. And by I think about 1932, he was the dominant party in the Reichstag, the parliament in Germany. And the rest is history. The rise of Nazism and the National Socialist Party. Brilliant. 1929. Delighted to see you, George. Well, you ain't going to believe it. 4.5 hours, roughly, without anything, pretty much. That was where I got the penny. I swing round to go down the hill. I get a dodgy little 72. And there, on its edge, I think is a coin. I think it is. Look at that. That is detecting for you, isn't it? That is detecting for you. Is it another George V? I don't think so. I think it's going to be a Victoria. Yeah, I think it is. I think I can just see a faint head there. And the reason I thought it was Victoria is because it looks so smooth. Alright, going to give this one a wee clean up off camera, see if we can get a date. It just shows you, see, metal detecting, it really is all about perseverance. So you can see if I tilt that towards the sun, you can just see the bun head of Queen Victoria. It is a halfpenny. there is a line at the bottom there, but the date I think has had it. It's maybe 1860 something, but you can see worn very, very smoothly. I will superimpose her if I can get her flat. There we go. So yeah, Queen Victoria, 62 years and 200 and something days on the throne. She was the longest reigning British monarch until she was overtaken by Queen Elizabeth II. So there you go, halfpenny, pint of beer, maybe even two. I ain't going to quibble with that. 2 coins in 2 holes in less than a minute. Brilliant. What do you reckon then? Is it a bit of old copper fencing wire, or is it an ancient Iron Age brooch, or necklace or something? Well, I think fencing, but you never know. I'm nearly at the 6-hour mark, and I'm not going to be out for masses longer, probably the last half hour or so. 88 this time, sounds kind of promising. Maybe not. Sounds like a bag of spanners now. Could even be big iron that's fooled me. No, we're out. Sounding a wee bit better now. I've had quite a lot of lead. Is there? There? Oh, there you go. Oh, is it silver? It blooming well is. I don't believe it. Yes! Yes! It's a silver. It's a silver. What a turnaround. What a turnaround. It looks like a sixpence. Well, that was bizarre, because it sounded okay, then it didn't sound great, and as you can see, it's a silver. It looks like a sixpence. And it might be an old one, it might be a Victoria, because it looks like it's got the writing on it. Could be Edward as well, I suppose, but... can't really see any detail on there. Well, there might be a head. Oh, it could be a Victoria. Maybe looking to the left-hand side. Well, I might well be back on the silver. Well, I am back on the silver, but it might be a beauty. Right, back to you in a second. I am absolutely over the moon with that. Now, it's got a date. It is 1879. I'll fade it in as best as I can, but it's difficult for me to hold it still, especially in this wind. But it is a sixpence, 1879, 92.5% silver, not fared very well. Actually, probably quite poor condition for what you would normally expect for one of these. But that doesn't matter, because at least we can identify it, and it is silver. So, there she is. The young head. She'd taken the throne in 1837, I think it was. What was the date on this again? 1879. So 40 odd years. Where's the head? There it is. 40 odd years on the throne by this point, and she's still passing herself off as an 18-year-old. Brilliant. So she's probably pushing 60ish. But that is lovely. Absolutely over the moon. It just shows you perseverance pays off. You can have a real bad run of digging with metal detecting, but the way I figure it is, the longer that you dig up rubbish, the more likely is that the next hole is going to be something good. And it doesn't get much better than silver. So sixpence back then is probably somewhere between 6 and 12 pints of beer. I am a happy man. If I don't find anything else, this has made my day. We ain't done yet. Well, maybe not. This could be a cartwheel penny. Could be a bottle top. Could be silver even. 92, 93. It is only about 20 feet away from that silver coin. Meh, I'm not convinced. I think it's going to be junk. There's something there. That's a stone. Well, there you go. It's probably a bit of brass. maybe a fire surround or a bit of a horse decoration or something along those lines, but still better than aluminium. A very ropey signal at depth, and listen to it now, 84. So I think it was on its edge, and I think we've got a penny. So there you go, we've gone from a disaster of a day to a pretty good day. I think this is coin number 4. I think it is Victoria, because it looks like a date there. $1877 it looks like to me. Right, give it a wee rub off camera, see if we can get some detail. It is a pretty reasonable looking coin, to be honest, and that'll clean up a lot more once I get home, if I so wished. But you can clearly see Queen Victoria looking to my left hand side. As someone pointed out, actually, I always say, look at her, she's looking to the left. She's not, she's actually looking to her right. So I just say my left from now on, because otherwise I'll get completely confused. But yes, 1 penny, slightly bashed, slightly concave, convex, whatever the word is. Oh, wrong side. There we go. Zoom you in just a touch more. Very clear date of 1877 and 1 penny with a very nice looking Britannia. So phenomenal. Another pint, maybe even 2 pints of beer. Coin number 4 from a day that I thought literally was just going to be a disaster. Over the moon with that. Absolutely brilliant. Have we got another? Pretty nice sounding. Very sizable target though, I think. But what do I know? As I proved time and time again. We might have a clod at last. Because the soil's been kind of falling apart. Not in there. Or in there, I can see something green. Look, oh, there you go. It might be another coin, you know. I saw it there, but I think that's a stone. Or is that part of it? No, that's... oh, well, it's something that's flaking off. And that is a... that is not a coin. That is something with maybe a silvery edge. Oh, you unbelievable, absolute beauty. Jings, Crivens, and help my bob. I think we've got more silver. Let's just try and break that off. We've got some sort of copper-backed silver button, I do believe. Okay, what am I going to do? Am I going to spray it? Yes, I am. Well, I know I'm going to spray it, but am I going to do it on camera or off camera? Well, you might as well all watch. Oh, whoosh, or whatever it is I'm supposed to do. I'm not very good at that. We'll leave it to the professionals. That, folks, is an absolute beauty. Look at that. I got something similar on one of Albert's fields earlier this year, back in January, February time. In fact, I think it was my first bit of silver. It had a lovely little bird on it, but this time we've gone for a couple of flowers in the middle and some little swirls and foliage. That is a thing of beauty. Absolute fantastic. Over the moon. What a day this has turned out, honestly. I couldn't have written the script any better. I was losing the will to live, and then suddenly I'm in the money. Well, not the money, but you know what I mean. I'm over the moon. Right, clean this up, dry it off, get back to you. Well, isn't that beautiful? Absolutely stunning. I'm over the moon with that. That is the find of the day. Absolute find of the day. A lovely little thing, which as you can see on the back is falling apart, unfortunately. But it is some sort of button, copper backed, silver on top, and beautifully engraved. Date wise, I would say that's Victorian all day long, so 1830s through to 1901, but if you know, comment below. Can't see any sign of a maker on there yet, but again, it might clean up a little bit when I get home. Put these little bits all together in my pocket, and yeah, we'll give it a clean up when I get home. But that is amazing. Absolutely brilliant. Only a 42, and to be honest, I was expecting a button, and I cannot believe that I have not had a button. But we've got a little red coat instead. And you know I love getting my little lead soldiers, but that is a little British redcoat soldier. You can just see the remnants. Why were they called the redcoats? Because they wore red jackets. Why did they wear red jackets? Well, there's 101 theories, but the main one is that the colour red was cheap. It was easy to produce. It also meant that on the battlefield, when everyone was using muskets and cannons, all the smoke, it made it easier to be seen, so you weren't shot by your own side. But what it also made was, it made you pretty obvious as a target to your enemy. But eventually, they got rid of that, because during the Boer War, I think it was, they started to use khaki instead. So olivey green, brown colour. Camouflage, as you would probably call it today. Brilliant. Probably turn of the last century, early to middle 1900s. Nice. Well then folks, that is me for another day on the fields of Perthshire. And despite this ominous cloud that's been here the whole time I've been out, not one spot of rain. So that is tremendous. Well, talk about a game of two halves. I thought I was just going to have one of those days today, brand new permission, never been detected. I mean, I would expect to find, you know, coins galore, relics galore, bits and pieces, and maybe even something really old given the history around here. But for the first, what was it, 4.5 hours? It wasn't happening. And then suddenly, bang, bang, double coins. Then it went quiet for a couple of hours. And then back on the good stuff. And to finish today, after the way it started, with 2 bits of silver, and I think I've got 4 coins. That is incredible. So let's have a wee look at the best from today. As I always say, any day with a coin is a good day. To get 2 coins is a great day. To get a bit of silver is a phenomenal day. So to get 2 bits of silver, then wow, absolutely unbelievable. So my first target, or one of my first targets, was this little bit here, which is a compact for what would you call it, foundation? Not very good at that kind of stuff, you know, but I believe it is called foundation. Then I got myself back-to-back coins. I got the George V, followed by the worn Queen Victoria halfpenny, and then I think it went quiet for a bit. And then I've got the silver sixpence, the Victoria penny, and then I've topped it all off with this beautiful, absolutely beautiful silver button. That is absolutely delightful. What a find that is. And look at the condition, the tarnish, there's nothing on it. It's absolutely brilliant. My little sixpence, which I'm also over the moon with. It's not in the best of condition, but it doesn't matter. Whenever you get a silver coin, and especially when you can identify it, then that is tremendous. And then, yeah, beautiful, absolutely phenomenal. Tremendous day, in the end. And there you go. What a day. What an incredible day. Terrible to begin with, but ended in a blaze of glory. So I'm over the moon with that, absolutely delighted. So as ever, if you've got any theories, any ideas about the items, particularly that button, if it's Victorian or not, then let me know in the comments below. So as ever, if you're not already subscribed to the channel and you would like to see more of me and more of my videos, then leave a thumbs up, and more importantly, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Help my channel grow, which it's been doing very well over the last month or so, so that's a huge thank you for everyone for their help. So as ever, I hope you enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you all on the next dig. So take care, and thank you all for watching. See you soon.